Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, I wanted to do I guess I would call it a long-term review. I've had this guy for probably a little longer than a year, maybe close to 2 years. I'd have to look up my receipts. It's the Broadway Limited Class T1 4444 Duplex as delivered, I believe. I've had pretty good luck with this, and I run it a lot. And it's one of the few BLI locomotives that I run pretty much with the smoke on all the time. Um, and that's actually worked out. Smoking has been fine. Still smokes a lot. The I was just looking at the traction tires. I think they could use some replacement. This one's designed a little different with driver or blind drivers, and so it relies heavily on the traction tires for pulling power because you've got. I don't think the blind drivers really, unless you're on perfectly flat rails, add too much to the pulling power on this locomotive. It's definitely got a unique sound. I don't know that this one is a Paragon 4. I don't think so. I think it's a Paragon 3. I don't know that they put a 4 in this guy. Um, the sound is okay. It's definitely got a distinctive sound because of the valving on the real locomotive was different than what was normal for the day. This is probably one of the most technically advanced steam locomotives that were ever built. Anyway, that series was. I mean, you can look up the history. It's got a pretty cool history. It's unofficial speed records and all that. It was pretty fast and pulled a good load. Um, as far as, operations, like I said, I run it a lot. I probably run it more than any of my other BLI locomotives because I actually like it. It's a cool locomotive. Looks cool. It's, like I said, unique with a unique history. It's got a different sound and it pulls okay, but the pulling has seemed to degrade a little bit over the last year and a half, 2 years, however long it's been. And I looked at the traction tires and yeah, I think I need to replace them. And then actually the front drive, on the other end of this set of drivers is the other driver with the flange, and it looks pretty dirty. So she could use a cleaning for sure. Anyway, let's take a close look at it. Well, here it is, and it doesn't fit on my oversized Lazy Susan even. She's a long one with this long tender, that's for darn sure. The detail on it's pretty good. Let me zoom in here and pan if I can zoom. Oh yeah, we've got some zoom. So the painting is nice and crisp. I've done my best to keep it clean. I try not to handle it with bare fingers. Don't want to get it grimy and oily. The PR logo there looks really good. She's holding up well. See if I can turn it a little this way and check out the locomotive. Same with the locomotive. I try to keep it clean. And here's the blind drivers here, and that allows it to fit on, I think they call for 23-inch. I'm not sure. That brings up a point too. I'm not sure I like Broadway Limited's new website. You can't look up the history of the older locomotives. You can look up current production runs, and that's about it. I don't know how to find, I guess I'll have to snoop around their website more, but I don't know how to find details on older models. Seems like they may have purged it, but I don't know. Anyway, looking at the details here, I mean, nice rivet detail there on the firebox. Up top, we've got a hatch, slides back and forth. Got the whistle, got probably pop-off valves, safety valves going forward, sand dome, the unique smokestack that the T1 had. Got a grab rail grab rail there, grab rail there. These two lights here light up. Looks like a class light and a number light. The walkway's got some nice detail to it. And you can see the drivers with their oversized flanges, which simulates the, I believe they had Timken bearings. Was Timken a factory then? I think maybe Timken provided the bearings for those, but they had roller bearing rods, which was a unique deal for some of the Pennsylvania Railroad locomotives. I don't know that she's all the way on the track, but maybe it is. Looks like the exhaust there for the steam poppet valves. I believe it had poppets instead of valves that actually moved back and forth to control the flow of steam. So that provided the unique sound, a different chuff, different smoke, everything. She was a little different. You got this semi-aerodynamic nose going on here. We've got grab rails going up. Hey camera, don't focus on the pencil. Got the grill in the front with the Pennsylvania Railroad crest and the number. The headlight. Another grab rail wrapping around. So you can see there's some pretty decent detail on this locomotive to be a standard die-cast locomotive, not a brass hybrid. I thought they were crew figures, but I guess there may not be. Yeah, no. Maybe thinking of a different locomotive. Paint's looking good on this side. Details on top, realistic looking coal load. I don't know that we can see inside the doors there. Inside the cab to see if there's any cab details or not. I definitely need better lighting in my layout room. Haven't worked on the layout in quite some time. Been busy with other projects, building a pool, selling and buying motorcycles, repairing motorcycles, selling motorcycles, buying more motorcycles. One of the reasons we haven't had a whole lot of reviews, I haven't bought any locomotives in quite some time. I do have the new BLI GS4 on pre-order though. I ordered just a standard black one. I mean, everybody has a daylight, including me, 2 or 3 of them. So it'd be nice to have a GS4 just, you know, straight black. Anyway, details on top. Looks like there's some air tanks. Probably for passenger duty to build up some pressure. I don't know. And I don't know what that hose is for that goes up there. It splits. Does it go to the air tanks? No, it goes to those fixtures right there, which I have no idea what those are. If you know, please post in the comments. Educate me. Let's get back. We've got some writing on the back here. Can we read that? I really can't zoom in much better. If we get close, it gets out of focus, but I mean, to give you an idea how small it is, here's a pencil. There's a lid. Anyway, so yeah. So air hoses, silver tips. I don't see any, what would be a cut lever, but maybe that's it right there. Down here, as a linkage probably goes this way. Don't know. Anyway, let's roll her on her side and take a look at the belly, and I'll show you these blind drivers, which allow it to go around at least a 21. Maybe a 21. I might have said 23 earlier, but I think they may claim that it'll go around at 18, but it won't. And if it does, I think you're lucky. I think 21 or 22 is going to be your minimum radius on this guy. I mean, your realistic minimum radius. Let's look at the top one last time. And anyway, let's roll her on her side and check out the belly. All right, she done fell down. Fall down, go boom. Anyway, so let's get a close up here. You can see how dirty those wheels are getting? Look at that. I think I'm going to contribute that to running the smoke all the time. I mean, they're not that bad. And I could probably clean them right up. But anyway, so this main chassis is not articulating. This is straight from here to here. So they said they put a blind driver here and a blind driver here so that it can negotiate tighter radiuses. Your back flange drivers are the ones with the traction tires here, which I think I'm going to replace after I do this video. And then the front drivers are flanged as well, hopefully, to keep it on the track. I've not had any problems whatsoever with this derailing, which is quite surprising considering the length of the tender and this setup that they have going on here. Looks possibly like it's a dual drive, like you've got a gear here. Yeah, I guess it would have to be because there's no linkage connecting. Homer Simpson, insert Homer Simpson here. Go! Anyway, so yeah, probably inside like a diesel locomotive, you've got a electric motor in the center, with a drive shaft on each end and flywheel, a tower for this guy, and a drive gear, and same with a tower here, with a drive gear down to here. Got the standard Broadway limited clip-on brake linkages. I don't know if the real life T1 had a power truck or not. I don't know if you guys are familiar, you might want to look it up. It's pretty cool. They actually made little steam engines in here, and these actually would, you know, provide tractive effort with the little power truck. Interesting how they tried to get as much power as they could out of steam before the diesels came along. So scoot on down to the tender. Huge 8 wheels on each truck. Well, 4 axles anyway. Yeah, 8 wheels. I believe they've got quite a bit of, wow, not as much as I would have thought. I would have thought the side play would have been greater so that these could negotiate turns, but anyway, that's that. Not much to see. Some writing, some screws, a little bit of detail underneath. You've got the water scoop. On the East Coast, it was a pretty popular thing to put a trough between the rails, and they could lower this scoop and scoop up water on the go. No need to stop and get water. They could just scoop up what they needed. Anyway, that's the bottom. We've seen the tops and the sides. Let's put her on the rails and let her go. Okay, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. The layout's kind of a mess. I do need to get back started. I've got some ideas for the city side over there. Actually going to run a road down this side up high, coming from the hill over here, up and around to the side. A road coming out. It'll be a road to nowhere, but it'll have a train station up top. Anyway, we'll get started on that, and we'll build probably a cityscape, some actual buildings to go in front of those cardboard buildings, the pictures. Those actually work pretty good though, kind of cool. Cheap way to do it. There was a plan to expand the layout into the room next door on the other side of the wall there. But nah, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I thought about it, I'm like, is it gonna make the layout that much better? Well, of course it'll be better, it's bigger, but really, no. So anyway, that was that. We had some decent shots of the train running. These cars are Bachmann, by the way, if you're curious. I think that's an old Athearn on the turntable there. So, any questions or comments, please post. And I hope you liked the video. I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anything that I might have wanted to say. No, I think we're good. I'm going to try to post more train content for sure. I know I've been posting a lot of motorcycle stuff, but that's just what's been happening lately around here. So, but I'm missing my trains, and I'm watching old Southern Pacific actual footage of trains, and it's, it's kind of prodding me back upstairs to the train room. You guys know what I'm talking about, the model trains. There's lulls, peaks and valleys, and then you'll get remotivated and get back into it. Anyway, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps. And if you haven't, please subscribe. That also helps. And we'll see you.